Hey everyone, just thinking about football strategy during the NFL preseason here, and just what really I find intriguing about just this first week end of NFL preseason games are the number of exotic schemes you would see in the regular season of an NFL game now popping up in just the first games of the season. Let me give you one example. This is the play where Jared Goff eventually had a tip pass that was intercepted. And you would say, what is this? Well, what this is actually an exotic double A gap zone blitz. And you're going to say, what? Yeah, it's this right here. And they brought Jared Goff in when it was 21-7. Sean Mannion was 5 of 5. I didn't look at the strategy used against Mannion. I will next time, but I was curious as to how Goff came to throw the interception, and that's where I realized that this really exotic defense was being used. This is the defense. Now, normally in preseason, in games of the past, you would see something like this. This is a basic 4-3 defense. This is the offensive line. That's the quarterback in a shotgun formation. Give it halfback here, fullback, tight end. Some people call this green formation. We'll put the flanker over here, the split in here, right? Okay. Now the defense we would normally get is something like this. Now this is a normal preseason game. 4 down linemen. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 linebackers. Middle linebacker, strong side linebacker over the tight end, weak side linebacker. Cornerback to the weak side, cornerback to the strong side, strong safety, and free safety, right? That's a common normal defense. And what we might see is a normal pass play. Let's say quarterback, or shotgun plus 2 steps. Well, why not make it 22Z in or something like that, right? So we have the flare pattern, the flanker goes up, runs the crossing pattern. The tight end goes up, runs the crossing pattern. The flanker goes up, comes in, comes out, and back inside. Halfback goes on the fly pattern. So basically what we have is 1, 2, 3, and there's your hot, right? That is that 22Z in is a West Coast offense staple, okay? But against a normal 4-3. That is not at all what the LA Rams faced against the Dallas Cowboys Saturday. No. This is the system. The Rams had what I call a wide tackle 6. Defensive ends is four-man, 4-down linemen, but out wide. Notice much wider than they normally are in a 4-3, okay? The defensive tackle is just outside the guards. Linebacker, the middle linebacker lined up close like he's going to blitz. Safety joins him, or defensive back, right? Could be another linebacker. In this case, they use the defensive back. And they have the strong safety. They had the strong safety here, and they had 2 more defensive backs. Cornerback. Note uncovered. Now watch what they do in this instance is when the ball is snapped, instead of this defensive end rushing in, as this defensive end normally rushes in a standard 4-man front, right? No. They give him a zone read. In fact, they actually asked him to go, and he went off chasing, that's right, the 3rd wide receiver. And if you look at the tapes, which I can't show for copyright reasons, Goff tries to throw, but the ball is tipped. Why? Because of this overload on this side. Look, they have 1 rusher here. Linebacker fakes like he's going to blitz, then he peels off, but then here comes the safety, right? Here comes the lineman, here comes the defensive end. So you've got this guy trying to figure out, who do I cover? Look, see, because see where his head is? He's actually looking at the end out here, but look, here comes the blitzer, right? Confusion. All this results into a tip pass, which he then picks off, INT, and runs this way for the interception. Now, you don't see that in a normal NFL game in preseasons of the past. This time you do. Now, you're going to ask me, what should the Rams have done to prevent this? Well, what I would have done is the halfback here, I would have put the halfback here, right? And then I would have had him on a flat, give Goff hot read. There's no hot read here. That's another story, but I digress. The bottom line is that because of the limitations placed on training times by the collective bargaining agreement adjustments of a few years ago, as well as by the greater number of exotics that have been introduced to the league in terms of different types of schemes, you're going to see offensive game approaches during the preseason that look a lot like regular season games. This is but one of many examples. I have the Chiefs-Seahawks game on behind me, and their number of offensive plays the Chiefs have ran that I'd expect to see in the regular season. Quite interesting development, really is. More varied. Also, regarding this defensive scheme, the first time I saw this was by Doug Marrone, when he was the coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Not this one, this is standard 4-3, but this one. The difference is that Marrone had both ends going back into zones, and he had double linebacker blitz. So, just a little note there. But the Cowboys did this in their first preseason game against the Rams. A double A gap zone blitz. And Jared Goff wasn't ready for it, but that's not his fault. That's the fault of Jeff Fisher and the staff of the LA Rams.